Go now to Talha Kose, a professor of political and international relations at Istanbul Sehir University, and he joins us now on set. Thank you very much, firstly, for your time, Talha. Now, we've just heard about what this the exemption from the European Convention on Human Rights means in terms of Hassan's reporting there. But tell us a little bit more about Turkey's obligations to the European Convention on Human Rights here, and why, in your view, has it decided to suspend the agreement?
Well, I mean, Turkey is bound with the European human rights obligations. The problem now is that this is a very complicated situation. So if you look at the conventional threats, conventional terrorist threats, if you look at the situation where Turkey is facing, this is a very complicated issue. So now we are facing a military coup attempt, but the organization which is, or junta, which is trying to impose this coup, has very complicated structure and infrastructure, which is organized in bureaucracy, legal institutions, civil society, media, universities, and education sectors. So if you take this as a simple terror threat and put it into European human rights conventions, you may hardly deal with this threat. So this is a holistic threat. Every issue, every institution that is integrated with the Gülenist organization are interconnected. So in order to deal with this new threat, which is not, I think, foreseen in the European Human Rights Convention, you have to deal with is much more complicated. So it deals with the universities to a certain extent, media, social media, and including the civil society, because they are very well organized in the civil society. They have institutions. So in order to deal completely with this threat, you have to get into the details. You have to contain all these segments of this complicated threat. So if you try to deal with the European Human Rights Convention, that will be very complicated and that would be inefficient. So in order to make it as fast as possible and as efficient as possible, this state of emergency tried to disregard at this moment. But as the ministers mentioned, it will really take much shorter than planned, not 3 months probably, and they will not take this into consideration the economic field, and this will be just limited to this organization.
Okay, if I can just jump in there. From what I understand, during this state of emergency, the president can bypass parliament and change laws, potentially change constitution. Does this make way for the possibility of bringing back capital punishment during this period?
No, I mean, if you listen to the justice minister's declaration, he said we would like to accelerate the process, but we will take them, if there's a law, we will take it to the parliament and ratify it. So this is for just the purpose of accelerating the process, but we will not bypass the parliament. So we will give extraordinary rights to the governors, but we are not planning to change the parliament.
You mentioned that things like media will be changing in this period. So how will this state of emergency then affect society, the daily life, even though you said the economy won't really have much of an effect? If media will be affected, does that mean that output will be changed and there won't be freedom of speech, perhaps?
I mean, there are media institutions that are affiliated with this organization. So most probably those media institutions, newspapers, TVs, radios will be restricted, and those conventional media outlets that are promoting or that are creating some kind of sympathy to this organization may be restricted. So this will not be a holistic media crackdown or limitation, but specifically. And also if we return to the justice ministers, this will not be against the people. We will keep it limited and restricted.
But how is it going to affect daily life and society? I mean, Turkey is a very polarized place. Is this going to be a situation where we have perhaps one against the other, or is there going to be more divisions within Turkish society following this?
I don't think so. So most people are unified against this threat, and the opposition parties are also helping the government in this issue. So if the government cooperates, informs the opposition parties, media, and other civil society about what they are doing, what they are planning to do, I think this will not create further polarization. So the risk will be contained to just this organization. So if this communication measures, communication process is done in a proper way, I think this will not increase the polarization in Turkey.
Okay, we'll soon see. Thank you very much for that, Talha
welcome.
Kose, Professor of Political and International Relations at Istanbul Sehir University. Really appreciate your time.